Hey, it's Joe Tamargo from WetHeadPumpRepair.com. All right, welcome back. This is step 5 of the pump repair series for the Hydramax Dimension 1 spas. If you bought the previous DVD, we want to thank you, but you're probably not going to see this part because this is up on YouTube and this is kind of the free content series where we try to contribute as much as we can to everybody so you, the homeowner or the pool guy, can learn from us. Now, also remember, all parts are available at WetHeadPumpRepair.com, where you got these cool kits that include the bearings and the seals to rebuild your pump. Okay, so in this series, we're going to be showing you how to remove the 4 through bolts. Now, we want to remove these 4 through bolts on the back of the motor. That way, we can remove the seal housing. And then once we remove the seal housing, we can remove the 2 end bells and then remove the armature shaft. And that way, we can access the bearings and remove the bearings. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to use a nut driver, okay, and you want to remove the 4 through bolts. You have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. So you want to just turn them in a counterclockwise position, which is to the left, lefty-loosey. Okay, you have to make maybe anywhere from 10 to 15 rotations, and the motor bolts will come all the way out. Now, the reason they are called through bolts is because they go all the way through the motor. Okay, you tighten them in, and I'm going to show you how to put these back in one of the other steps later on. Okay, so here we go. All right, we're going to take out the second through bolt. I can't even see it because I was reaching over. It's right here. Okay, there we go. So here's a second through bolt. We're going to take out the second through bolt. Now I'm going to take out all 4 through bolts, okay? There you go. That is number 2. So I'm doing this live. Now I'm just going to turn my motor, stand my motor straight up. Just like that. And that is through bolt number 3. And then obviously we have 1 more. Now before you start taking off the motor end bells, which we're going to show you in a second, we're going to show you a little trick with a hammer and a center punch on how you can change the motor bearings, but as well as how you could keep the end bells in line. Because, see, when you want to put these back together, we're going to be removing these end bells, and when we do, they might shift. And when you go to line these bolts back up, you might be like, ah, man, how am I going to line that back up? So we're going to show you how to mark the motor casing. Now that I've removed all 4 through bolts, I'm just going to move my motor, turn my motor around, okay, just like this. And now what will happen is I can take like the butt end of my screwdriver, and I can tap the seal housing. Watch this. See that? Now that's it. See, the seal housing is off. You can see one part of my seal is there. The other part of my seal is on the impeller, which I showed you how to remove in one of the earlier steps. Okay, now also this part, the white part of the seal with the rubber gasket, and the part with the spring are both in this kit from WetHeadPumpRepair.com exclusively. Okay, so there you go. Now you can see the shaft. Now, another popular question people always ask us, oh my god, my shaft is rusty. Now this pump is old because you can see there's calcium stains and bromine stains because the seal was obviously leaking, so you see the calcium and the bromine on the back of the seal housing. But there's some rust. Now, the rust is not bad. You know, what you do is once we rebuild this motor and start it up, you just take some sandpaper and clean the rust off. It's not the end of the world. There's no reason that you have to buy a new pool pump because something's rusted. I mean, I always get guys, you know what I get? And here's a quick story, and if you watch my other videos, you know that I like to tell these little quick stories. So here's a quick story. If you're watching the premium DVD, you might not even see this, but here's a quick story. I always get guys like write me, emails like, hey Joseph, my shaft is rusted out. What do I do? Maybe I should just get a new pump then. Blah blah blah. And like I think to myself, like, what about that 55 Chevy? You know what I mean? Like if there's rust on a 55 Chevy, nobody wants to throw the 55 Chevy away, right? Of course not. You restore it. Little navel jelly, clean the rust off, paint the bumper, and the thing looks brand new again. So this is an electric motor. This is powering your spa, right? You got a $5,000 6-person spa. You're going to just throw your pump away because it's making a little bit of noise and want to use your tools? That's totally ridiculous. Okay, so here we go. Now that I've, made this video even longer than it had to be, now that your seal housing is off, you'll see this rubber washer here. This is called... okay, a water sling. Now somebody has rebuilt this pump before because I could look at the this water sling and see that it was not professionally made. You see that? It's kind of oval looking. If you actually look at that, though, the hole is not totally round. You can tell somebody cut that out, and you can actually see that's totally not round. See that? That is totally, like if I put my hand in, see that? And see the bump? See how it bumps there? That's totally not. Maybe you don't even see that from that far away. If I roll it here, it's totally not. See that? It's high, low. So that's not round. So somebody made that. But that is a water sling, so somebody made it. But like I said, what that water sling does is prevent the water from spraying into the motor when the seal goes bad. But it's a nice thought, but it doesn't work. I mean, come on, let's be real. Like, see all those holes? water's gone in there. You know, that's why the bearings have gone bad. All right, so there you go. That's how you take off the water sling. Now that we have taken off the water sling and the wet end, what we're going to do is we're going to use a center punch to mark both sides of the end belt. Okay, so what we do when we come back, we're going to show you how to do that because we don't want this video to take forever. But if you bought the premium DVD, right, then you're not going to even hear me say this. But if you're on YouTube, don't worry. Just look for the next part, which is, I think, part 6. And that's it. Then we're going to show you right now how to mark the casing. And then once we mark the casing, we're going to knock off the 2 end bells. We're going to remove the armature. Then you'll see the bearings in there. We're going to remove the bearings, change the bearings. Then we're going to put this bad boy back together. All right, this is Joe Tamargo from WetHeadPumpRepair.com. All parts are available at WetHeadPumpRepair.com. If you need help, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks for watching. Peace.